G'day, Sparkmanly here, and welcome back to our Red Bull Motorsport Manager F1 2022 Manager Mod save. Alright, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the Monza GP back to back from last race. The season is really entering the business, and so make sure to stay tuned. But just before we get started, make sure to hit the like if you're enjoying the series. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And leave any thoughts, feedback or suggestions in the comment section below. Alright, so on to prep for the Monza GP. Now the engine build that we've been doing in the last couple of episodes is finally done. So that's done and ready to be improved on. It is illegal, so I don't know if we'll use it, but it's there if we need it come the final day or last couple of races if we're really trailing Hamilton. We're going to build a new set of brakes. Now, it's sort of hard because we're still the best on grid in every area, but I've just gone for one where they look like the average is the closest to the top. So brakes, and that's a quick build anyway. So there's a big gap between our cars, so a new set of brakes will go down well. We also wrap up some of the last race stuff that I haven't dealt with yet, like an interview. They asked which driver's better. I said Perez because he's leading the championship. You sort of have to give an answer there or else you get a markability drop. So I just, whoever's on top in the championship. Regarding part delegation, I've given all the crucial parts to Perez, and Verstappen can have all the other parts. I didn't do it in the video, I've given them all to Perez, but I go back and change that before the race. Qualifying time at Monza. Now this weekend Hamilton's been quite rapid, so we have a bit of work to do. We haven't been top of many sessions, if any, if I'm recalling correctly, but we're going to go on 3 runs here. We finally have a track that's not quite long. I feel like we've had a streak of like 1 minute 40 lap times. And rain and stuff as well, so we're finally going to get 3 runs in. It won't be much help though because we're kind of off the pace, but then the last runs get us to 2nd and 3rd. Verstappen actually picks up the front row spot. Perez close behind, but we'll see what happens in the race. Hopefully we can get Hamilton on strategy because it does seem quite quick this weekend. Alright, race day, here we go, Monza GP. And now in qualifying, when I said Perez was close behind, I wasn't kidding. They set the exact same lap time in Q3, which is quite funny. They're both 2:33. That's not how you say it, but we're gonna go with that. 0.233 of a second behind Hamilton, exactly, both of them. So we'll see what we can do on strategy here. Obviously light foot is a huge advantage, but we need every little advantage we can get because Hamilton is just an absolute terminator, and he's definitely the best driver in this mod. So we got our hands full here. We're going to tell him to attack. Why not? We got the light footed. We can afford that. Hopefully we get a good start. We've given up underfueling the car because Perez didn't underfuel last time and he actually got a rapid start. So let's hope for more of the same. Let's do it. Monza GP. Perez again with the quick start. We're going to switch on board with him and see if he can get into that first place spot. He's coming up the inside of Hamilton now, and he's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix in the first corner. What an absolute machine. Now Verstappen's still in 3rd. He's got a Ferrari close behind, but the Merc has fallen back pretty close to him. Hopefully he can get a move done. We'll switch on board with him. We can keep him attacking for a little bit longer here. Definitely the first lap at least. So come on Verstappen. If you can get the move done on Hamilton now, that would make things a lot easier. Obviously he's going to pit earlier than us because he's on the super softs and the AI and the strategy isn't great. But we'll see what we can do here. Verstappen looks like he's sort of getting into the swing of this race a bit here. He's been stuck behind Hamilton for a while. He's even on the radio, but I mean 1.6 seconds is a bit of time. But 3.2 Leclerc, Perez. The good news is though, oh no, sorry, that's the gap to Perez, obviously, not the interval. So Verstappen really just stuck behind Hamilton. He's really in his bad air, which is not great. Obviously the real 2022 cars, it's not too bad when you're stuck behind another car. You can pick and choose your moves fantastically, which Verstappen learnt late on at Saudi Arabia there, finally being patient with Leclerc. We stop pushing now, and the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton has grown bigger, and the gap between Hamilton and Perez is slowly coming down, but those tyres that Hamilton's on will not last much longer, I don't think. Not in their optimal range. They're already getting quite low, so I think he's going to have to either pit soon or have his tyres go off a cliff. Now I don't think there's rain this weekend, so I think we're good on that front. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward race hopefully, but we'll see if anything else sort of materializes. Alright, so we're near our pit window here. We're going to tell him to bring it in, and believe it or not, Hamilton's almost killed his new tyres. He did that so fast. I only just cut the video. But yeah, I mean, those tyres are already pretty much as low as ours, 36% compared to our 26 and 28. So he must have pushed really hard to keep within our sort of overtaking range. But this should be our last pit stops for the race, so we should come out in front of Hamilton, bar any mistakes. And there it is. So hopefully we don't have to go on the pit lane again. and hopefully our boys finish the race. But we'll see what happens here as Perez comes out just in front of Hamilton, and Hamilton hasn't even pitted yet, so that's fantastic news. Hamilton's probably going to pit now. Russell's also up there as well, but they're both on dead tyres, so we don't have to worry about them too much. We'll speed through this race. Come on, I mean, Russell's on really dead tyres. I don't know how he hasn't pitted yet. And, oh, I thought that was our car, but that's alright. The condition is really nothing we don't really have to worry about condition in this mod. There's no real mechanical failures, so they must just not work on reliability. But those tyres are absolutely shot for Russell, so let's put some pressure on him. We can afford to pretty much overtake the entire race of Perez, so he sets fastest laps, and we can push as well with light-footed. And Perez is so good on fuel, it's ridiculous. I've never had a driver so good on fuel in my life. But see if we can get a move here on Russell. He's on absolutely smashed tyres. He's pitting this lap anyway, but you know, just no, okay. I was looking for an overtake that wasn't a pit overtake, but anyway, this race has been pretty drab so far, but we keep going. Alright, Hamilton in the pits. We'll see what Verstappen can do. Surely he just blows past him. It's going to be closer than I may have wanted. Not really. He is well and truly gone. So we've managed to do it on strategy here. He's 2 stopped, we've 1 stopped, and hopefully we can keep this formation to the end now. Final lap here. What a drive from Perez it's been right from the get-go. This guy's been amazing this season, and he's reaping the rewards now. This cuts the gap to Hamilton to just 27 points, but Perez is going to win the Monza GP quite convincingly. 28 seconds to Verstappen. Oh, and we have a bit of a drag race here with Hamilton on the finish. We're going to tell our boy to attack. Give it your roll. Come on, do not lose the second place. Yeah, there it is. Verstappen gets it done too. So 1-2. Hamilton's still on the podium, but at least he's on the bottom step again. It's going to be very hard to shake this guy off the podium. I just don't think it will happen. He never DNFs. But yeah, overall boring race, but a solid race. So I could get very used to seeing this throughout the end of the season. Hamilton on the bottom step again. Perez picked up the fastest lap, so he gains an extra point on top of his 25 points and closes the gap by 11 to Hamilton. Verstappen closes the gap by 3, but he's way behind. Like, he's so far behind. He's at like 239 while Hamilton's in the 320s, so it's pretty much over for Max, but we accepted that a couple races ago. But Perez still well within a chance. Alright, so something I've been wanting to do for ages. I got a comment about it. I think it was Nick Fury. I actually just keep forgetting, but here we go. We're going to check what makes Hamilton so good. So yeah, he has sweet spots and light-footed mediums, which I don't think is that helpful. I honestly thought he had a light-footed on something towards the earlier of the season, but yeah, okay. But he does burn through tyres quite quickly, but medium tyres, light-footed, we stay off them anyway. But he's got qualifying, easy on fuel. He's got quite a few, rarely makes mistakes. That's a big one. We would love if one of our drivers, well, I think Perez probably has that. He never makes mistakes. Watch him crash out next episode, but maybe Verstappen could use that trait. But yeah, that'll be the Monza GP for this episode. Next up, we got the Sochi GP, so make sure to tune in for that one. It's really in the business end this season. So if you're enjoying it, make sure to leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below, and I will see you next time out for the Sochi GP.